Merry Christmas, Blue Jay fans! And man, oh man, this felt as close to Christmas morning as can be. The Blue Jays offense explodes for 8 runs on 12 hits. And they beat the St. Louis Cardinals 8-1 there in Missouri and improved to 23-20 on the season and split the 2-game set against the Cards. And look, not only are we jacked up because the Jays had 8 runs and had an approach at the plate, we're hitting a lot of balls really hard today. We're all just hoping this is a sign of things to come, right? If it's one and done, then we're back to talking about the nonsense in the next game. But what a night it was, and let's enjoy it. Because the Jays offense that has been downright awful over the last little while, hell, the month of May, really. They turned it around tonight. They the most offense we've seen in a while. It was so beautiful watching it. And it started in the very first inning. So let's be honest here. We've noticed this team's got very anxious, very jumping at pitches. We've seen a lot of reaching from guys, trying to do way too much with pitches that you can't really do much with. And how does the ball game start? A 4-pitch walk to George Springer. No, all patience. He's waiting, and he hits 4 straight balls to start the ball game. A couple batters later, up comes Vladdy. And meanwhile, Santiago Espinal got a pretty good piece on his ball, got jammed a little bit, and he goes into center field. He gets flied out. But then Vladdy comes up, and a 99-mile-an-hour fastball up in the top of the zone, and he drills it into center field for a base hit. I mean, exactly what you want to see, right? Exactly what you want to see in that situation. And I believe Springer ended up going to third in the play because there was more in the gap. But Bader cut it off and held Vladdy to a single. But Vladdy rips it. And that's an RBI single. Look, we talk about it, guys. Don't swing at these pitcher-friendly pitches. Wait for your pitch and do not miss it. Well, Springer didn't get a pitch to hit, so he took a free base. Vladdy waits for his pitch, got into a hitter's count, and a fastball count. He got one, albeit, Jordan Hicks is a lot of sinkers. But it was up, and Vladdy drilled it. Didn't miss his pitch. And then he had runners in the corners. Now, Teoscar Hernandez doesn't really piece his ball up well enough, but sometimes you just put it in the hole, right? Chopper in between third and short. Nice play by the shortstop, but throws not in time. Teo's in with an infield single, and in comes George Springer, and the Jays lead at 1-0, which is great. Now, I believe Alejandro Kirk couldn't get any more home with 2 guys on and 2 out, unfortunately. The Jays did end up going like 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, so that doesn't change the fact that they're really struggling in that sense. But the confidence, and this is definitely a confidence builder today. Top of the 4th inning, Jays come up, and they start getting base runners on, right? You got Matt Chapman getting on, you have Alejandro Kirk getting on, and up comes Danny Jansen. And how many times this stretch, this month, have we seen hit basically hangers or fastballs up that these guys are either just missing or whiffing on? Well, quite often. But Danny Jansen has this slider back up on him. Well, Jordan Hicks is back up on him, but Danny Jansen sees this slider, and it starts at him, but he recognizes it early, and it comes over the inner part of the plate. If you look at the square they have on the screen, it was in off the plate, but Danny realized it, recognized it, adjusted to it, and crushed it to left field. The question was, it had the distance. If it was fair, it's gone, and it clanks off the foul pole for a 3-run bomb. Danny Jansen, this man had after that home run, has 4 home runs in his 11 games this year. He's been phenomenal with the bat. A 3-run bomb, Chapman and Kirk, the bench is up and they're pumped. And this is what these guys need. Some energy back in their lineup. Because the first 3 innings, they only had that 1 run, right? But then the Danny Jansen 3-run bomb to really get them going, right? Then we go to the top of the 6th inning and the Jays really started to pile on. Tapia leads off with a single. How many times do you have to say that having that bottom of the order, especially the number 9 hitter, getting on base consistently, does so much, especially when on paper, the Jays' top of the lineup is so damn dangerous. They can beat you any which way. Tapia gets the single to start the inning. George Springer hits a line drive to right field. It looks like Donovan loses it in the lights. He slides and it goes over him because he loses it in the lights. And Tapia boogies all the way around. He comes in to score. Springer slides in safely at third with an RBI triple. And the Jays add on. It's a 5-0 game. All right, this is beautiful. They scored in the first. They've scored in the fourth. They've scored in the sixth so far. A 5-0. This is beautiful. Oh, but the boys weren't done yet. Up comes, so with Springer on base and nobody out, you got to get that extra run home. How many times have we seen them strand those guys? Well, Espinal, again, not trying to do too much. It was an off-speed pitch from Hicks, I believe, or whoever was pitching that inning. It looked like it was an off-speed down, but Espinal realized it, stayed down on the ball, got barrel the ball, and hit it into left field. It was deep enough, easy to score George Springer. It does. It's a sac fly for Santiago. In comes Springer. It's 6-0 Blue Jays, right? We're feeling fantastic at this point. The boys are getting some small ball. They've hit some long ball. Yeah, they did the Teo RBI single, and up comes Vladdy. He has not homered since November, since May 5th. When I was in California, that's how far back we're going here. Since May 5th. He's not had an extra base hit since, I believe, they said like 2 weeks or something like that. It's been all singles. That's it. And Vladdy comes up and gets a fastball up in the zone, and he crushes this ball to left center, and it's gone. Solo bomb for Vladdy after the sac fly from Espinal. So 7-0 Jays lead. I believe I said 7-0 after the Espinal sac fly. It was 6-0 after that. 7-0 after the Vladdy home run. The Jays have 2 home runs in the game. They got an RBI single, an RBI triple, and a sac fly. And they got a bunch of hits to this point. Oh, this is just beautiful to watch, isn't it? It's fantastic. Then at the top of the 7th inning happens, and Danny Jansen comes up again. He ain't getting no inside slider this time. It's a fastball up, and he crushes it. And this time it's about where Vladdy hit it, left center field, and it's gone. Jansen's got 5 home runs on the year in a total of 11 games. His second of the game. He's on fire. The Jays are up 8-0. They're in double-digit hits. What is happening? After four hits yesterday and 3 runs, 2 via walks, they come out for 8 today. Jansen gets a couple bombs. Vladdy gets a bomb. Springer gets a triple. Teo gets an RBI single. You know, I mean, just beautiful. I won't get through the player stats offensively because it was just masterful to witness. And then the bottom of the 7th inning, Donovan, it's an RBI single. You know, and Edmund scores, blah, 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 whatever. It makes it 8-1. And that was off of Ross Stripling. And that was it. Kevin Gausman was incredible. And this is the thing, right? We know what this starting pitching staff looks like. We know Kikuchi, when he throws strikes, he's absolutely incredible. We know Barrios is really starting to find himself. He was decent in his last outing, but really good overall. But no, I mean, no words can describe that. Kevin Gausman's outstanding. Ryu, his first 2 starts back from injury, it's been pretty good. Now, albeit his next outing is on Thursday against Ohtani and the Angels, but we'll see how that plays out. This rotation is phenomenal. It's about the offense. And watching that today, watching a leadoff player get on for them, you know, and not stressing, it's just so nice. It's so nice. The Jays are now 23-20 on the season. They break out for 8 runs today. Let's go through the offense. George Springer, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI, he walked twice. Got on base a ton. And when your guy at the top of the lineup's doing that and getting on base a lot, you better bring him around to score. They did twice in this game. Vladdy goes 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored, an RBI, the home run, and he also walked once as well. So he got on base 3 times today. Vladdy had a really nice night, and I think we're all hoping this is a sign of things to come for Vladdy, having struggled for the month of May. Bo, you know, as much as he doesn't get the RBIs, he still had a 2-hit game. He was 2 for 5 in the game. So those are some key guys in your top of the lineup, right? What are we talking? The first 4 guys in your order, right? Springer, Espinal, Vladdy, Bo. Those are the guys that started the lineup today. Well, what did Springer do? 1 for 3, had an RBI triple, walked twice. Great job. What did Espinal do? He went over, but big sac fly to make it 5-0. So he did a really good job there. Vladdy, 2 for 4, bomb, and a walk. Great job. Bo gets a multi-hit game. He was 2 for 5. Teoscar Hernandez, I didn't write him down here, but he went 1 for 4, but he had an RBI single. Making things happen, contributing in different ways. Alejandro Kirk, who quietly has had a very good offensive season to this point. 2 for 4 with a run scored. He also walked once as well. He got on base 3 times today. Matt Chapman, he only went 1 for 3 in the game, had a run scored, and one was a single that he hit. But he also walked twice. He got on base 3 times today. You know, and Danny Jansen went 2 for 5 in the game, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs, hit 2 bombs. What a day in the office for Danny. And even Raimel Tapia went 1 for 4 in the game, had a single, obviously came around to score on the triple, scored once, And he also walked one, so he got on base twice. The Jays overall scored 8 runs on 12 hits, only struck out 4 times, and walked 8 times. Albeit the 8 walks probably isn't going to happen very often, but you had 12 hits, struck out 4 times, and had 8 runs scored, and you hit a lot of bombs. Just beautiful, beautiful to see. Now, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, that's something that we still want to clean up a little bit. But again, baby steps, right? You score an 8-piece. It's beautiful to witness against a guy who throws over 100 in Jordan Hicks. So that was really nice to witness. Now, the pitching staff is obviously going to be on notice after today's game, but Kevin Gausman shoved 6 innings, 4 hits, walked 2, had 8 Ks, and you could arguably say his stuff wasn't as cream and crisp because a lot of those hits that he had that allowed the 4 hits were in like 2-strike counts, and you want to finish those guys off. And he did walk 2 in the first inning, right? But he was just dialed in. I thought even with it not his grade A stuff that he has, still went 6 shutout innings. He's been phenomenal all season long, and he showed it again today. Ross Stripling went 2 innings, allowed a couple hits, 1 run. Did strike out 3 guys, though, and gave you 2 solid innings. And who finished the game? Andrew Vasquez. Went an inning, got a strikeout, walked a guy. So you didn't use any of your big boys. You allowed Stripling and Vasquez. Just a low-stress game, exactly what this team needed. They got 8 runs. They got a lot of hits. They were seeing a lot of pitches and hitting a lot of hard balls. Well, even the outs were very loud by the Jays. Shout out to Nolan Arenado for robbing Danny Jansen with a 3rd hit down the 3rd baseline. You know, Alejandro Kirk ripped a couple line drives. Like I mentioned earlier, Espinal's in the first inning was hit pretty hard. So I thought the Jays did a really good job. Their approach at the plate was phenomenal. They went up there looking for great pitches. Not okay pitches, not pitches to foul off and stay alive, not early count chases. No, none of that. Looking for good pitches to hit or great pitches to crush. And that's what they did, and it was phenomenal to watch. It really, really was. Now, the question everyone's going to have, and I mentioned earlier, is this now, have they turned this page now? Have they turned this corner? The confidence is back. You definitely felt that from Vladdy today, but is it going to be a sign of things to come, or are you going to revert back to it right away in the Angels series? Only time is going to tell, but tonight, enjoy it because it was a damn good game to watch. These boys deserved it after what we've seen over the last month or so. These guys really, really deserved it. Now, as I mentioned, the Jays take on the Angels next in LA. I miss it already. I miss being there at Angels. It's just, I miss the trip in general. They take on the Angels in LA. All right, so get ready for some late ones, Jays fans. 4 games in a row, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All late games except for Sunday, which is a 4:07 first pitch. And game 1. And it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be a test for this team, right? It's going to be a test to see if they did turn the corner right. Because Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Blue Jays. He's been great in his first 2 starts off the IL. So we'll see how he looks in his 3rd outing against the Angels. And Shohei Ohtani is the one getting for the Angels. That's a 9:38 first pitch there in LA. And game 2, they're all TBDs for the Angels. But for the Blue Jays, we're lined up as Friday with Alek Manoah going, Saturday, Yusei Kikuchi going, and Sunday, Jose Barrios. There is no reason, pitching staff-wise, that the Jays should not win 3 or 4, right? If you look at the starting pitching staff, we know what Manoah is going to do for the most part. You know what Barrios is going to do because he's done an incredible job over the last, month. Ryu, if he can continue what he's doing, maybe he can give you some good solid outings. And Kikuchi, if he's throwing strikes, the sky's the limit. They couldn't do it. Question is, what's the offense going to bring? And that's going to be the question over the next few weeks to a month or 2 months because we're all kind of, very sensitive right now about the Jays offense, and rightfully so. But after tonight's game, enjoy it because we're all hoping this is a sign of things to come for the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already, comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, game 1 between the Jays and the Angels at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California. 9:38 first pitch there. Hyun Jin Ryu, Shohei Ohtani. It's going to be a great one. Hopefully the offense breaks out again. Wouldn't that be nice? That'll show a lot against Ohtani. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.